jump on. So, Bill, I picked you up from the airport, an hour ago?
Right in the game.
And we are out and about. So, welcome everyone. I'll turn this around. There we go. So we, Bill McIntosh and Daniel Pritchard, we are heading north to start searching for some more missing people. And we're just going to get Bill to just give us a bit of a rundown on who and why we're here today.
So we're going to be searching for Penelope Smith in the Brisbane River. She went missing in 2005. Janine Vaughn, who went missing in 2001. We'll return to the Michelle Pope and Stephen Lapthorne case when we come back to Sydney. Gillian Jameson went missing in 1980 with her friend Deborah Balkin. We'll return at one point to the Alan Bentley case and start off at the bridge that we finished at the last time on the Hunter River. And then we'll be looking for Sean Sargent, who went missing in 1999. He's a military, I believe a sergeant in the military. Actually,
I think he was a lieutenant.
Lieutenant? Was he a lieutenant?
No.
So lieutenant in the military out of the Gallipoli barracks off of the Brisbane River, and we'll be searching for him this week.
Hi David. David's got on there and said hi. So if you are there, please just jump on so we know that you're here and we can say hello to you.
We'll also be looking for Trent McKechnie again. We'll be checking the Georges River at one point, and then later in the trip in May, I'll be here for 40 days, so like 35 days, and we'll be working on Nicola Solis in Tasmania to see if we can bring him home for his son.
We've got Lady Heathers Lair from Canada. G'day, how are you going?
One of the last people we'll be looking for is Ian Gray, who went missing in Bunaloo. He's a Bunaloo farmer.
Deborah, g'day.
And then Wayne Steinhardt, also in the Brisbane River. So we're going to be spending a tremendous amount of time this week on the Brisbane River and working the Brisbane area and see if we can bring home 3 missing persons that have gone missing in that location. There has been very major floods. I've been watching a lot of the different videos that are out there. Major floods in the area over the last few years. And so there's going to be a lot of debris in that river.
Even in the last few weeks, we have had torrential rain on the east coast. I was up there probably a month ago in the Brisbane River by myself, and I did locate a vehicle, but we're going to go search that and see if that belongs to Sean Sargent. Trevo Kales, hello from Ohio. Denise Brooks from Pennsylvania. Where are you from, Bill?
I am from Rhode Island, originally from Massachusetts, but I live in Rhode Island in the U.S.
And what do you do when you're not in Australia?
Well, a couple different things. I work with Jared Lysick from Adventures with Purpose about 4 to 6 times a year, working on finding missing persons. I also run a hockey program for youth, where I have 185 kids that play in my program called the Saints. And then I run a land development company where I buy houses, renovate them, and subdivide land lots off of them and sell them. And that's what allows me to do what I'm doing, which allows me to fund these trips to see if we can bring some closure and some answers to families.
You also do some training with some seals, I believe.
I do.
Not the black ones in the ocean.
So I'm for the last 12 years, I've been a candidate instructor for the SWIC EOD and SEAL program for an entity that has been doing it since 1995, and we have one of the top recruiting programs for the Navy SEAL program in the U.S.
Do you want to talk a little bit about, you were doing a search in the States not that long ago and you put a video out. Do you want to tell us about that story?
So the Alex Jackson case that I worked on before I went to Australia last time, I literally worked on the Alex Jackson case. I drove up 5 hours to Maine, went up there and searched for 21 hours of searching before I got on the plane to Australia. And I then came back, did the videos for Down Under, from our adventures, and then I finished the video for Alex Jackson. And that video actually, I think, created a stir, because what occurred was 48 hours after the video was produced and out in the streets, 8,000 people watched that video, and it got back to the person that actually murdered Alex Jackson and to the individuals that were involved in it.
Thanks, Judy.
Ex-girlfriend, as well as one other individual. And I think what happened was they started, because they said so much in front of the farm, they started getting a squabble because the guilt started to get to him. So 2 days later, he was arrested for murder.
And that's one of the things that we're looking at too, is by bringing attention to some of these cold cases, and if we get close to where someone might be, it might stir up some information. We have a lot of cases in Australia that we're working on at the moment that are potential murder cases. So, you know, if there is information or somewhere that you want us to look, then please let us know. Thunder Horse, g'day, how you going?
I think the big thing about it is that the more cases that we investigate and that we create videos for, create some answers for some families of where the people are not or where they are. And a lot of times what it does, it's a lot of information. And I know that, you know, some people have said that, you know, we're talking too much, but the reality is we're having to look at every possible scenario, from accident to misadventure to self-harm to murder. And when you're looking at it from all those different perspectives, the only way to do that is to talk about it and to communicate amongst, you know, ourselves, and then bring it out to you to also look at it from your perspective, because we actually read your comments, and we are trying to see maybe something that we didn't think of, you know. And so we appreciate all the comments that are made on the videos, because they make a difference, I believe. I just think the biggest thing is we don't like to speculate. What we like to do is investigate, try to figure out what occurred, and then dissect the case down to the minute details, which are: where did they go, where did they work, where did they live, where were they last, where was the last ping on their phone, and who were they with. And those pieces of the puzzle give us the ability to look at it from a probability standpoint of where these people could be at this point in time. And some of these cases, I mean, I was with Jared and Adventures with Purpose in Florida. We found a woman who had been missing for 38 years, Maureen Sherman, and she was right behind her house. She was exactly where her kids told the police that she would be, in the canal behind her house. And they never looked there. At the same time, they didn't have the technology in 1985. Dan and I have tremendous technology on the truck this week, and I think if there's a vehicle there, we're going to find it. If there's a missing person that's in that region, we're going to find it because of the technology we have. They didn't have it back in '85. So that being said, I mean, Adventures with Purpose has found 32 people. They recently found their 32nd person in Stockton, California. We've found 5 people.
And that's only in the last couple of years.
32 in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And 5 in 2024. So it's really, the whole piece of this is bringing answers to families, but also investigating these. And you know, a lot of people, they don't want to watch the cases where we don't solve them, but you've got to take baby steps. Episode 1 might not solve it, but episode 2 or 3 or 4 might solve the case. And a lot of times we're taking, you know, your comments, the viewers' thoughts, and we're actually implementing it into our searches. And I think that's a big, you know, one of the things that I think is very important is your input.
Well, just in relation to that, the Nicola Solis matter down in Tattersall, we're going back down there because we've got a new lead from our last trip down there. So, you know, we really rely on information that's given to us, and we'll go search anybody we're not fussy. We'll go and work hard.
Yeah, Nicola's, you know, a difficult one. I mean, dementia, 69 years old, lost his wife 8 years before he went missing, on the anniversary eve of his wife's passing. And so, like, that's a difficult case, but to have other, you know, eyewitnesses that say he could have been in my backyard that night, I think I saw him, or he was down in Southport. You know, we'll do whatever it takes to see if we can bring Jason and his family and the Solis family some answers that hopefully we can bring them home soon.
Now, Australia is a big country, isn't it, Bill?
It is.
You haven't even seen
No, I've only seen the
a third of it. You've seen bugger all.
Little eastern coast, and then Tea Gardens, a little bit of Sydney, and then I've seen a lot of Tasmania, but even Tasmania. I mean, I've only seen the center point, like the Great Lakes and Devonport. So
we are going to be travelling a lot. We're on our way to Queensland now. and then we're spending the week up in Queensland searching all those areas, and then we're coming back to Sydney, do some more searching. Then we're heading out west of New South Wales to search out there. Then we're heading to Victoria and down onto the Murray River to look for a sheep farmer who went missing. Then we're travelling on boat to Tassie. Then we might come back to Victoria if we have time and do some more searching there.
Up in the mountains.
Now, we've put a GoFundMe out there, and I hate having to ask for money. We've raised, I think it was $2,500, about that, enough to pay for the ticket over there to the water. But we also need your help now. We really need your help with some fuel. We've got all the equipment now. We don't need any more equipment. We're all set up. Once you see the videos, you'll see that we're doing really well with our technology and our equipment. We've really refined it, but we do need some help with some fuel. So you can go to my PayPal, go to the About page, and you can help us out there, or you can go to the GoFundMe. But we really do rely on you guys, not just for information, but for helping us get fuel. I'm going to do my best not to eat any sweets on this trip.
Sure.
We'll see.
We have dice this week, so we're actually both. I think I put on
mate.
like 15 pounds in the last couple of months. So this week, every time we swear, every time he eats a sweet, we're going to do a workout.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Really excited. So what kind of things are on this dice? We should have brought it over.
All kinds of things. We're going to do mountain climbers, some push-ups, some sit-ups, some jumping jacks. We're going to do simple stuff. It's going to get us. The goal is we're going to weigh in this week. We're actually going to weigh in, and then we're going to see who at the end of 30 days lost the most weight while we're doing this trip, just for fun. At the same time, also for our own health.
Well, I was very good this morning. What do we have for breakfast this morning? Fruit.
I was very impressed.
Yeah, we're
Impressive.
trying hard.
Very impressed.
So, righto, guys. G'day, Wesley, Marie, Judy, everyone. We really appreciate your help. Make sure you leave a comment. It doesn't cost anything to leave a comment. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It really does help us. If you know someone who might be interested in these videos, share it. Put it on Facebook. Do whatever you can to help us. We really do appreciate it.
And if you're in Brisbane this week, come out and see us. We're going to be in the Brisbane River, and leave a comment that you're in the area, and we'll make sure that we try to get you out of the boat with us, or at least show you what we're doing.
And we may even have a couple of giveaways. We might have some window breakers and shirts and a few other bits and pieces.
A lot of beanies, a lot of window breakers.
Jared hooked us up with a whole heap of gear, so we really do appreciate that, Jared. Thank you very much. All right. Do you want to just, a few people have joined us since then, so do you want to just quickly run through everyone again?
Okay, so
Hang on, I'm just thinking around.
I need to start off at this area here, so just so I don't.
Thanks, Chris.
So we're going to be looking for the following individuals this week. Penelope Smith went missing in 2005 in the Brisbane River. Janine Vaughn, who went missing 2001.
Yep, she was seen in Bathurst getting into a vehicle and was never seen again. And so we're going to...
Bathurst is in New South Wales.
Yep, and we've got quite a few areas to actually search.
So we have Michelle Pope and Stephen Lapton. We're going to re-look at that as well, and look at the area that we stopped at on the Lane Cove River and keep our search going there. Jillian Jameson went missing in 1980 with her friend Deborah Balkin.
Now they're very close to where the Parramatta Lake is.
Yes.
Interesting enough, we've actually had 2 people drown in the Parramatta Lake in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
So one of the things on this case is that it was 1980. It was during the Ivan Milat, whatever was going on with Ivan Milat at the time. There was a white car involved in this one here, and someone gave us a lead that in Parramatta Lake there is a white vehicle that we should take a look at in one of the corners. So we're going to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Alan Bentley, as we've searched for him 5 or 6 times now. We're going to extend our search from the last bridge that we were on the Hunter River. Again, missing Sean Sargent, went missing in 1999 from the Army Barracks. Lieutenant Sean Sargent, missing in a Ford Falcon, which is blue. We did find a Ford Falcon in Tasmania. We're going to recheck that while we're in Tasmania and make sure that there's no VIN number on that is related to this case.
Now, I have found a vehicle very similar in shape on sonar in the Brisbane River at a location. We've actually, I was by myself, so not willing to risk it. Do it by myself. I've been waiting for Bill to come.
I got your back this time. So we're going to search for Sean throughout. He was in the Gallipoli Army Barracks is where he was stationed, but he was down at a party down next to the college on the Brisbane River when he went missing. Nicholas Leeson, Tasmania, 69-year-old that went missing in his Toyota Camry on the 8th anniversary of his wife's passing. And then in Bunaloo, we have a gentleman missing.
That's down in the Murray River. That's on the New South Wales-Victoria border.
His name is Ian Gray.
Yeah, here's a gentleman who had $3,000 in his wallet or in his pocket. No wallet, no phone.
Left everything at home.
Left everything at home. Waved to his wife as he went out the driveway, and that was it. Never seen again.
And they consider him a bushman. He was one of the guys that could live, anywhere at any time and survive. So we're not really sure where he is, but we're going to check the Murray River at one point. Wayne Steinhardt also, he's missing with his little Holden little pickup truck kind of thing.
He's got a caravan attached to it.
With a caravan, with a RV caravan. So it's a sleeping caravan, big square box, and he's been missing since I think 2007, I believe. And then Christopher Henn was very far away.
Yeah,
but
there's a couple of far north Queensland that we probably are not going to get up to. We just don't have the funding to go that extra distance, because it's another this time. But it might be worth a trip getting you back down, and we'll go up to far north Queensland, mate. That's a beautiful spot. That's one of my favourite spots in Australia, actually. So
yeah, so we
few too many big lizards up there, though.
Nice. I don't
with
mind
big
that.
teeth.
I don't mind that.
Okay.
But
You'll say that now.
I say that now. But Christopher Henn went missing in 2021, and Wendy Hampson, also in North Queensland, went missing in 2024. So these are new cases that we are going to look at. And again, just creating a video on it to create awareness, and hopefully if we can show some fishermen, how to use the sonar properly, maybe someone else can also take a look at those cases a little bit. So if they do find a vehicle on the bottom, that Dan can, take a plane up there and dive that at one point.
All right, guys, well, we're going to hit the road. God bless. Every day is a gift. Use it wisely. We certainly are doing our best to use our resources and our time as best we can. We're going to hit the road and continue searching.
Thank you for your support.
We'll give you updates as we go along in the next, how many days? 20 days?
Yeah.
So, yeah, keep an ear out for us, and we'll talk to you soon. God bless. Now go work out how to turn it off. Always struggle with this bit. Thanks, Anna. Hang on, I've got to do this. Bill's telling me to do stuff.